Hello everyone, welcome to Apti Academy for Civil Services. The special video on the Union Budget 2023 and 24. In this session, I'll be discussing the important key highlights for the Union Budget and the summary part that is relevant for the Civil Services examination. Talking about Union Budget, there are very selective things that you need to know in Union Budget as an aspirant for Civil Services examination. More or less, some important part of the program initiative that is there by the Government of India is only pivotal for your examination purposes. Now, in the part of the economic survey, most of the things are relevant, but in Union Budget, you have to be selective because things can contribute both for the prelims as well as mains examination. So, the discussion will be precisely on the nature of the examination per se and some important information that is relevant for the Union Budget. So without any further delay, let's get started. And for this Union Budget, the vision was for Amrit Kal, and there were three important aspects in this Amrit Kal. The first called for opportunities for citizens with focus on youth. Second is growth and job creation. Third, but not the least, that is strong and stable microeconomic environment. So upon three important vision of Amrit Kal, the budget has been encapsulated, and more or less there are other priorities also that is there. So before the other part of the discussion, I would like to tell you the important priorities for the Government of India in this Union Budget. So the budget provides impetus for the growth of 7 important priorities. The first priority among them is inclusive development. Second important priority is reaching the last mile. Third is infrastructure and investment. Fourth, unleashing the potential. Fifth is about the green growth. Sixth is youth power. And the seventh is the financial sector. So our discussion in this session will move around the priorities that is set under the Union Budget. But before we start, and before I made a discussion on the priority wise, sector wise, the priority that is in the Union Budget, I just want to give you a glimpse of the achievement that Government of India had since 2014. So these are the achievement that has been specifically highlighted in the Union Budget, achievement that is there since 2014. So first among them, that the per capita income has doubled to 1.97 lakh in around 9 years. This is the first important point in terms of achievement for the incumbent government. The second is the Indian economy has increased in size from being 10th to 5th largest economy in the world in the past 9 years. And all these information are pretty factual in nature that can be very important for both prelims and main examination. Now, EPFO membership की अगर बात करें, it has doubled to 27 crores. Now, these are official figures, so directly you can quote this in examination. These are the footer point that you can utilize. 7,400 crore digital payments of 126 lakh crore have taken place through the UPI in 2022, and 11.7 crore household toilets were constructed under Swachh Bharat mission. So again, the significant part of the mission is there. So a direct question anytime can be framed in the prelims examination. 9.6 crore of LPG connection provided under the Ujjwala mission or Ujjwala scheme. 220 crore COVID vaccination for 102 crore person. And 47.8 crore PM Jan Dhan bank account has been opened. So these are the achievement of the government since 2014. Now, straightforward, we'll look into the important priorities that is set by the Government of India under this Union Budget, starting with the priority 1. The priority 1 is about the inclusive development. So in that, first is affordable health for all. And in inclusive development, government in this budget has said that there will be enhanced healthcare expenditure with 2.1% of the GDP in the financial year 2023. As we know that during COVID-19 pandemic, the healthcare infrastructure was most vulnerable, and government has decided to put impetus on the healthcare sector, developing the infrastructure and basic amenities of the hospital across the country. Now, second is sickle cell anemia elimination mission to be launched. Very important, a direct question in the prelims examination can be framed. 157 new nursing colleges to be established. This is what the government has said. So this establishment of colleges will be done over a period of time. Other point, that the joint public and private medical research to be encouraged via select ICMR labs. जो इंडियन काउंसिल फॉर मेडिकल रिसर्च की लैबोरेटरीज हैं, उन पैरामीटर्स पे पब्लिक और प्राइवेट मेडिकल रिसर्च भी प्रमोट की जाएंगी. New program to promote research in pharmaceutical to be launched. So these are some of the most important point in the healthcare sector. Now, talking about agriculture and cooperatives, more credit to agriculture sector with 186 lakh crore in financial year 2022. There will be an agriculture accelerator fund to encourage the startup in the rural area. Suppose if you are attempting any question, you can use this as an essay, specifically in general studies paper 4 in the case study, or even in general studies paper 3, you can directly utilize this as an example. Now there's Atmanirbhar Bharat Horticulture Clean Plant Mission or program to boost the productions of high value horticulture crops. 20 lakh crore credit to animal husbandry, dairy and fisheries sectors. Now in this budget, an additional storage capacity for the farm produce will also be taken care of. Support to making India a global hub, millet with Shri Anna. As you know, that the year 2023 has been declared as the International Year of Millet by United Nations, and India has pitched for that, and this year is very significant for the productions, and even government is trying to help farmers so that the millet production in India take a toll, and India is among the largest producer of millet in the world. Accessible education and skilling की अगर बात करें, यहाँ पे inclusive development में the government under the union budget has set to enhance the education expenditure to 2.9% of the GDP. Again, very important and significant number. These are the fodder point directly can be used in the mains examination. Revamped teacher training via District Institute of Education and Training will be there. Now, the government has said that a national digital library to be set up for children and adolescents. So why? Because youth need to be well vested with the quality education. In light of that, a national digital library will be promoted. Now, state will be encouraged to set up physical libraries at panchayat and ward level. So this is a classical example where a bottom-up approach is being taken care by the government of India to ensure that the development and encouragement at the panchayat and village level, at the ward level, is being done. Now, Pradhan Mantri Kausal Vikas Yojana 4.0 will be launched to skill lack of youths. Now, the second priority, that is reaching the last mile. Under this, we'll see the important part that has been proposed under this union budget. So, not to be left behind with anyone, the government of India under the union budget has said that the Pradhan Mantri PVGT development missions to be launched, right? This is for particular vulnerable tribal group, and the financial assistance for sustainable micro irrigation in the drought prone region of Karnataka. 3,88,000 more teachers for 740 Eklavya model residential school. Free food grain to Antyoda and priority household for 1 year under the Pradhan Mantri Gramin KAY Yojana. So this is again very important under Yojana, which was again extended by the government of India, and government has said that it will be extended and the extra amount that is grown will be taken care by the central government itself. Now, Bharat Shri to be set up for the digitalization of ancient inscription. If you are reading newspaper regularly, you must be aware about the Bharat Shri program. And the outlay for PM Awas Yojana has been enhanced by 66%. So this is to ensure that housing for all should be there in India. Now, the third priority among them is infrastructure and investment. So there's an urban infrastructure development fund that will be established through the use of priority sector lending known as PSL, and the shortfall will be managed by the National Housing Bank, and it will be used by the public agencies to create urban infrastructure in tier 2 and tier 3 cities. Now, investment in infrastructure and productive capacity की अगर बात करें, there's a growth and employment multiplier effect that has been envisaged or envisioned under the union budget. So, increase in capital investment outlay by 33.4% to 10 lakh crore rupees. Now, in terms of infrastructure, the Infrastructure Finance Secretariat to assist the stakeholders for more private investment in infrastructure. Urban infrastructure in tier 2 and tier 3 cities will be established, and continuation of 50-year interest-free loan to the state government will also be there. Now, the fourth sector is unleashing the potential. In this, we'll see how the potential of other sector can also be explored. So first, it's towards a transparent and accountable administration. The phase 3 of e-court will be launched for an efficient administration of the justice. As we have seen that the Supreme Court of India in the recent time has launched some significant measures to ensure the proper functioning of the judiciary. Even बेल की अगर बात करें, बहुत सारे ऐसे इनिशिएटिव्स लिए गए जहां पे बेल टाइमिंग एंड इवन फॉर अदर पार्ट ऑफ द एडमिनिस्ट्रेटिव प्रोसेस दैट इज टेकिंग इन द जुडिशरी शुड बी रिड्यूस्ड वाया द यूज ऑफ टेक्नोलॉजी. Now, Vivad se Viswas 1 for less stringent contract executions for the MSME. Now, Vivad se Viswas 2 for easier settlement of contractual dispute and the government undertaking. Now, input based to result based. So the approach has changed by the government from input based. Now it will be result based financing for better allocations of the scarce resources. And in terms of DigiLocker, there will be specifically entity DigiLocker to be set up for business for secure online storage and sharing of the document, right? A specific DigiLocker, a normal DigiLocker for Indian citizen is already there. Now the government has come up that an entity DigiLocker will be there that will be keeping the business people specifically in mind and securing their data. Now, I Got Karam Yogi is another important initiative where I Got Karam Yogi, an integrated online training platform, were launched to provide continuous learning opportunities for lack of government employees to upgrade their skill and people to facilitate the people-centric approach. So this is mostly for the civil servant and other Group A and Group B officers. Very important, a direct question can be framed in the prelims examination. And even if you're writing in mains, आप इस तरह की चीजों को example में भी use कर पाएंगे. Jan Viswas bill was there to amend 42 Central Act that has been introduced further on the trust-based governance. 3 Center for Excellence for Artificial Intelligence to be set up in the top educational institutions to realize the vision of Make AI in India and Make AI for Work in India. Now the fifth priority is green growth. Among them, the first is PM Pranam. PM Pranam stands for PM Program for Restoration, Awareness, Nourishment and Enumerations of Mother Earth, to be launched to incentivize the state and union territories to promote alternative fertilizers and balanced use of chemical fertilizer. Very, very important scheme by Government of India. And a direct question can be framed in the prelims. Make sure if something that is relevant for prelims that you can use in mains as an example purposes. Very much important. Now, MISTI, the Mangrove Initiative for Shoreline Habitat and Tangible Incomes, to be taken by the mangrove plantation along with the coastline on the salt pan lands, so that through convergence between the Manrega, Camper Fund and other resources. So this can be a direct statement that can be asked in the prelim examination, that how the convergence part will be done. It will be done between Manrega and Camper Fund and other sources. बायो इनपुट रिसोर्स सेंटर की बात की गई है अंडर दिस यूनियन बजट. So center to facilitate 1 crore farmers to adopt natural farming over the next 3 years. For this, 10,000 bio input resource center to be set up, creating a national level distributed micro fertilizer and pesticide manufacturing network. Other scheme is Green Hydrogen Mission, annual productions of 5 million metric ton under the Green Hydrogen Missions. The target set by the Government of India is by 2030, and to facilitate the transitions of economy to a low carbon intensity and to reduce the dependence on fossil fuel imports. Now, other important program is Green Credit Program. This to be notified under the Environment Protection Act, and this call for incentivizing and mobilizing the additional resource for environment sustainable and responsive actions. Now, other part in the green growth. First is Green Credit Program to be launched to incentivize the sustainable actions. PM Pranam, which I've already told you, there will be 500 waste to wealth plan to be established under Gobardhan scheme. Misty, I've already told you, this will be for the mangrove plantation along the coastline, and Amrit Dharohar to be implemented for next 3 years for the optimal use of wetland. So the number of wetland in India has also been increased. Do check it out. These data are relevant. A direct question in even EPFO and other competitive examination has been asked in the UPSC. Now the priority 6 is the youth power. Among them, first is PM Pradhan Mantri Kaushal Vikas Yojana 4.0 will be launched, covering the new courses like coding, AI, artificial intelligence, robotics, 3D printing, etc. Now, measure to boost tourism sector, at least 50 destinations to be selected through the challenging mode to develop as a complete package for domestic and foreign tourists. The states will be encouraged to set up unity malls. What this unity mall is all about, for the promotions and sale of ODOP, that is one district, one product, GI and handicraft products. Now, a unified skill India program to be launched for enabling the demand based formal skilling, linking with the employees, including the micro, small and medium enterprises, facilitating the access to entrepreneurial scheme. Now, the other important scheme in this regard is the National Digital Library for Children and Adolescents. So this library will be set up for facilitating the availability of quality books, geographics, languages, genres, level, and device agnostic accessibility will be under the National Digital Library for Children and Adolescents. यूथ पावर में और क्या क्या इंपॉर्टेंट स्कीम्स हैं, लाइक नेशनल अप्रेंटिस प्रमोशन स्कीम टू प्रोवाइड स्टाइपेंड टू सपोर्ट 47 लाख यूथ इन 3 years. टूरिज्म की बात की गई है, 50 डेस्टिनेशन, आई हैव ऑलरेडी टोल्ड यू. Now, setting up of a unity mall, this will call specifically the thing that is important here, that this will call for the promotions for one district, one program. And even during the union budget speech, the finance minister has categorically said that the space should also be provided to such individual whose product is specific in nature and signifying any GI related relevance. तो वैसे चीजों को भी प्रमोट करने की बात की गई है. Now, other is Pradhan Mantri Kaushal Vikas Yojana, Obgen training, and even for AI, robotics, mechatronics, 3D printing, drones will be taken care of. Skill India digital platform, expanding the digital ecosystem to enable the demand-based skilling, linking with employees and facilitating access to entrepreneurial schemes. Now, the last priority is the financial sector. We'll see the important aspect on the priority wise. Now, Unity Mall for promotions, as I've already told you, this will be calling for one district, one program, GI and handicrafts. The other part in the financial sector include Mahila Samman Bachat Patras, a one-time new small scheme for 2-year period with a deposit facility of 2 lakh for women. Now, benefit for senior citizen, enhanced maximum deposit limit for the senior citizen savings scheme with 50 lakh to 30 lakh. Now, GIFT IFSC, that is a several initiative to promote business activities in the GIFT IFSC. Other proposed measure is setting up of National Financial Information Registry to facilitate efficient credit flow, promote financial inclusion, and foster financial stability. Setting up of a data center processing center for faster handling and administrative work under the Companies Act. And credit guarantees for MSME 9,000 credit infusion for the corpus from 1st of April 2023. So this will definitely give a positive sentiments to the micro, small and medium enterprises and even help the sector to take the leverage and ensure that the potential growth is promoted in the micro, small and medium enterprises sectors. Now, fiscal management की अगर बात करें, 50-year interest-free loan to the state will be provided. Fiscal deficit of 3.5% to the GSDP will be allowed for the state, and fiscal deficit of 6.4% is 5.9 and a target below 4.5 by 25 and 26. The budget estimations for 23-24 that the total receipts is 27.2 lakh crore rupees, total expenditure was of 45 lakh crore rupees, and the net tax receipt is 23.3 lakh crore rupees. Now, sustainable relief in personal income. This is something important for all individual who is earning or having salary at per se. So benefit for hard-working middle class, no tax for person of income up to 7 lakh in the new tax regime. Standard deduction of 50,000 to salaried people and deductions up to 15,000 for pensioner under the new tax regime. Deductions for the highlight surcharge rate to 37% to 25% under the tax regime, and tax exemption limit to leave encashment on retirement of the non-government salaries employee has been increased to 25 lakh rupees. So I'm discussing only the important part that is relevant for your examination, and even at least for a citizen of this country, you should know some basics of the budgets. Now, something about the direct and indirect taxes. Now, in terms of direct taxes, the MSMEs and professionals to enhance the limit presumptions taxation, 3 lakh crores to micro, small and medium enterprises, and 75 lakh for professional with the cash payment of 5%. Now, corporations की अगर बात करें, 15% concessional tax will be there to promote the manufacturing and the cooperative societies, and threshold limits of corporates to withdraw the cash without TDS has increased to 3 crore rupees. Now, for startup, the date of incorporation of income tax benefits for the startup has been extended to 31st March 2024. Now, to tap the deductions and capital gains on investment in residential house is up to 10 crore rupees. And Agniveers to get the tax exemptions on the payment received from the Agniveer Corpus Fund. Now, moving ahead with the indirect tax proposals in green mobility, to exempt the excise duty on the GST paid compressed biogas will be there. This is something to ensure that compressed biogas is promoted. And in electronics, to provide relief to custom duties on import on certain parts of the mobile phone as well. Now, to reduce the basic custom duty on the part open for sale of the TV panel up to 2.5%. In electrical, to increase the basic customs duty on electric kitchens and chimneys from 7.5% to 15%, and to reduce the basic custom duties on chimney heat coils from 20% to 15%. In chemical and petrochemicals, to exempt the basic custom duties of chemical and petrochemicals, and to reduce the basic custom duties on acid grade fluorspar and crude glycerin to 2.5%. And the other part is the marine products, to reduce the duty on key inputs of the domestic manufacturing of the shrimp feed. Lab grown diamonds की अगर बात करें, to reduce the basic custom duties on seed used in their manufacturing. So this will be on a lower side. And precious metal में customs duty increase की गई on article made from gold and platinum. And to increase import duty on silver, door, bars and articles has been increased. Now, compounded rubber, to increase the basic custom duty rates of the compounded rubber is from 10%, now will be 25%. In cigarettes, the National Calamity Contingency Fund or duty on specific cigarette to be revised up about 16%. So this is again important. These were some of the basics indirect and direct taxes proposal that you must know as an aspirant for civil services examination. Now, this was all about the discussion part. If you're new to our channel, do not forget to subscribe Apti Plus Academy for Civil Services on YouTube. If you like this video, if you find this video informative and helpful, do not forget to press a like button. We have a lot more other initiatives in our YouTube channel like daily news and editorial analysis, where the discussion is made from the Hindu and Indian Express. IS Gazette magazines are there, which you can download for the monthly compilations of the news. FC is there. PIB, MPR, very important for bill related issues. Gist of Yojana and Kurukshetra and all other initiative will help you to sail through the journey of civil services. A video on economic survey has also been published on our channel. Do check it out. So if you have any other concern apart from it, do let us know. We'll be more than happy to assist you. For time being, I'm signing off. Thank you so much for watching this video.